first card coming out says letting go.
Hi, everyone.
Open, give up, release. So you're definitely being called to release something here. I want to be looking at a few different decks to kind of tap in, but the theme of this message is letting go. So let's see, because it looks like it's taking you higher. By letting go of something or someone, it's allowing you to evolve.
Forgive me for taking so long. Y'all, my allergies between the grass cuttings and living in mold just got my allergies going crazy. I am Goddess Taya, 4444. Okay, the cards that I have out here for someone who needs to hear this, anybody that needs to hear this, I have judgment is being made. And somebody have to correct their past mistakes. For sure. What mistakes is this? What was their mistakes? And what else do I need to know about this reading? Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Let me see. Somebody redhead. Never to be found. Okay. Gave up. Somebody gave up on something. They gave up, possibly, because they know judgment is being made by the divine. They know that they have to correct their past mistakes. And there's something about evidence in the home. Yeah, you're learning a lesson. There's some kind of lesson you're learning. Some kind of lesson being taught. A Leo may be involved. Sacrifice. You sacrifice something. Initial X. Force. I definitely feel like there's an external force that's guiding you down a different path because there was a brick wall here. Okay, there's a brick wall here which indicates that there's no more forward movement when it comes to something. A ghost you have called in a different direction. So ghost you have woke up. You have to let go of certain people, belief systems, illusions. Oh. Initial L.
You have an altar in your home.
Try to put that wall down.
What did you do?
It'll move so they can continue down that pathway because it's too uncomfortable to go towards the unknown. That detour takes, it's like an energy that's taking you out of your comfort zone into a new beginning that's going to be highly beneficial, but it can be uncomfortable.
Okay, so you did a sacrifice.
Don't try to force it. Just take
Did some kind of sacrifice?
it says uprooted, seeds and uprooted and planted into new soil, I feel, because you've expanded. Like I said, with that bear, this
You have to correct your past mistakes.
you graduated to the next step is really what I'm getting here. You know how sometimes,
What did you sacrifice?
especially once they've grown and the roots have spread out a certain amount, it's no longer beneficial to keep them in a certain type of pot. So you have to be potted in a larger pot so that they can expand more. I feel like that's what's happening. You're being uprooted here. Yeah, makeover. It could feel like a
So you want to control everyone
spiritual team
else except for yourself.
because it's going to open up opportunities here.
Death spell.
You feel kind of vulnerable in this position right here, but
You did
go with the flow.
Leo again.
You'll land exactly where you belong. And have
You did a death spell. Honey, you can't correct your past mistake on that. No. Mm-mm.
this next
No way, Jose. You cannot correct that mistake. God damn.
in a new direction. These red flags were necessary so that you would know to take the detour. So your spiritual team was disrupting things, making things more uncomfortable so that you would know
This is definitely for a Leo.
like you were riding and
This is the third Leo that I got. Leo, Leo, Leo. Definitely. It is a Leo. You may be married.
go down that way and see if I can get them just to find
Excuse me. Married man.
because you do have options. You don't have to take the detour, right? That detour,
Tell me about this married man.
you don't have to take the detour. They sure can't keep going this way. That brick wall says no. So you could either double back and go backwards, but I know the chosen. See, y'all ain't going backwards. See what I'm saying?
This married man was being a fool.
Surrendering and just going into the unknown. Knowing
Okay.
that exactly where they are taking you. They gave you the keys so that when you approach those doors that you don't even know is getting ready to open here, you have the keys in order to access them. So
You may live in Texas.
complicated.
You may live in Texas.
Yeah.
You may have traveled to Texas.
Giving these red flags here. I also have here birds. Communicate, negotiate, chatty.
To have spell work done.
I feel like you've been getting a lot of messages from birds.
Something about
It's
tech.
also about communication. It could be that somebody started saying a lot, and that's where the red flag
It's something about Texas.
They was getting real chatty, running their mouth a whole lot.
Excuse me, y'all, for a minute.
How they really felt
Let me get myself together. This sneezing is sending me.
right there. It feels like whoever's
Wow.
wearing a mask. Let me clarify something here. Or if it's not an actual person, it could be a belief system. Let's just say
Mm-mm-mm.
at a crossroads when it came to taking the spiritual pathway versus staying in a lot of particular belief system that was raised up on. So your spiritual team is in a very compromised position where they had somebody say something out of their mouth and made you say,
Soulmate.
I see very clearly now. I'm comfortable with the decision that I'm making. So now
So you did a death spell on a soulmate? 2 to 4 months ago, maybe.
that
That was the last strike.
in a sense that said, nah, I can't keep going to this level. So let me see. I'm gonna clarify red flag.
Mm-mm-mm.
Breakthrough revealed.
You can't correct that mistake.
Whatever they said, life ain't moving. Okay? You had a breakthrough.
You cannot correct that mistake.
Exactly what I needed to hear in order to
You had a death spell done
down the next
on your person.
your spirit team is making sure that you don't skip a beat here. Keep enlightened about
Black magic. You had a death spell done on your person.
anvil, resolve, purpose, focus, strike while the iron is hot, determine action.
Caretaker. You may have
It was almost like
been a caretaker
time sensitivity is what I'm picking up.
of your person.
He was on the other side, like, look, we need to do something to let Don know.
Okay, but what I'm feeling is,
Yeah, we need them to go that way. So let's get this person over here to say
what
something.
I'm feeling is your person may have had cancer
Turn that light bulb on to reveal something that
and you wanted to take them out of their misery.
so
Or you just didn't want to deal with
take
it.
advantage of this opportunity now. Take action now. Okay? Because this is good energy. This is taking you towards an abundant life, comfort, leisure. Your wishes are coming true. Okay? This is the other card that came out with that.
You can't correct that. You're gonna have to pay you're gonna have to get karma for that. You cannot correct that. I know some of you or whoever listens to this video, you may have meant well. You may have meant well. And it was hard. But you're realizing that that was a mistake. You can't correct that mistake. You're going to have to pay your karma for that. Brain plate in the head. Okay. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. For someone had because of the brain plate, had mental problems. Drug overdose. So that's how, for some of you, when I'm getting a doctor. A doctor that was married. His wife had a brain plate. Whoever he was with, male or female, had a brain plate. And you couldn't handle it. You may have taken this person's life. They may have asked you to take them out of their misery. For some of you, you've done black magic. You had a death spell put on someone. Again, drug related. Okay.
But this would have been a self-imposed entrapment at the same time. So they wanted you.
Could have happened in March.
Says flag. Achievement, recognition, success, victory. Somebody was trying to get you. They knew that victory was yours. They knew that you were getting ready to meet a certain level of success. And they wanted you literally oblivious to life. Fearful of taking advantage of new opportunities. Feeling stuck by your own
Anything else from this deck?
So this flag, we already have red flags. So they chose the red flag because they want to use this to see. It was like
Okay, it's going to be for a group of people, whoever needs to hear this. So it's going to be several different readings.
so somebody was definitely trying to avoid or prevent you from seeing
Okay, I'm through with that one. That's the first reading.
mastery, bragging rights.
Let me see if they have something else
Wow. So you was like
for someone else.
you met that achievement.
A message.
These flags. This is not your energy. If you have not already experienced this is future energy. Okay. Your current energy.
Okay, the message of this reading right here,
You know, like it
you say you have to correct your past mistakes,
this level of success, but your spiritual team said regardless of what they want,
but it says yes for sure.
your spiritual team knows what they want for you.
Now, I don't know if the divine is saying yes for sure,
Trap is clarified by headache,
or it's you
poor health, illness,
admitting to yourself, yes for sure. I have to
underlying conditions,
correct my mistakes,
moping, either going through physical health issues,
past mistakes. And then again, yeah.
fairy tale.
However it fits, go with the flow, y'all.
Happily ever after.
But you're gonna have to pay your karma for doing that. Now, I'm not gonna say what your karma is, because I don't know what your karma is. But what I am feeling is you're gonna have to go through another tough time. And you're gonna have to put it in God's hands.
This is luxury and mobility. So now things progress forward.
So what I advise for you to do
A burden for you.
is to get back with God and talk to God.
Enduring. It's stable now, y'all. Okay?
Get closer to God.
Stability, protection, longevity. Okay? You worked hard to get here. I really feel like that's what
If you find yourself in another position like that, it doesn't have to be just that.
the likelihood that you was going to meet success was
You
very
need to put your faith and trust in God.
and presented false illusions and fantasies to you in order to
See,
distract you so that
I'm going to tell you,
self-sabotaging your own,
I have seen my great-grandfather
okay?
take his last breath. I was holding his hand.
Ill, okay? So that you wouldn't even have the energy
I heard his waist
capability to see things
come from his body.
Man. So
I was close to my great-grandfather.
spiritual team said no, we have to send them the red flags so that they can
I
track
also
now is the time.
was there when my grandfather died,
Very, very time
there when my grandmother died.
opportunity. And so
Let me see.
right.
And
Like had somebody watching you,
my great-grandmother, step-grandmother, was in a nursing home.
illusions for you.
And
In some cases, some people came in
when I got to the doorway,
pathway as a distraction.
I knew she had passed.
A lot of cases they sent out some
So
blind you.
I have come through a lot, a great deal of turmoil,
Get up out of that situation. I feel like y'all needed that.
of people leaving me.
So you start to address the internal.
I have
Once you address
seen these people
the external blockages. So the internal blockages was
hurt, suffer, in pain
fears.
going back and forth to the doctor
Yes,
with them to see about them and everything. They was in and out, in and out, in and out the hospital.
you addressed.
So that, yes, it took a toll on me. And I know how hard that is. That is hard to see your loved ones suffer. My grandmother had to have blood transfusions. And I had to be there with her, you know, to see. It was hard for them to get her blood, to get her vein and everything. I went through a lot of stress. So I know how hard it is. But you have to keep your head up. Ask God to give you the strength through your turmoil. Ask Him, and He will give you the strength to see this through. Understand? And when God is ready for your person to come home, you have to be strong. You have to be strong. I don't think your person will want you to suffer because they're gone. Your person is all, after they are gone, believe me, they are always with you. Always. But you all will be reunited in another lifetime. When God is ready to put you all back together. But as far as the death spell, you all have to pay for you. Having a death spell put on someone, you are going to pay your karma for that. You are going to pay your karma for that. I'm so sorry for the person that may have, you know, taken someone out of their misery. I know that is God. Lord knows that is twice as hard. I mean, either one is hard. Especially if you love the person. Literally love the person. So, all I can say is put your trust and faith in God, okay? And I am so sorry for your loss. And I ask God to give you the strength through your trials and tribulations. Please, God, whoever hears this and needed to hear this, give them the strength through their trials and tribulations. And let them know that you're right there. And that all they got to do is turn to you and ask you to help them and give them strength. And I'm asking you to give them strength.
You have a very strong intuition out there, wise judgment. But you would have to first see the true nature of
But for
yourself,
those of you that really did wrong,
your own fears. You had to address it all. It's like the declare and decree, it says address it
and
all.
did a death spell,
External,
y'all going to pay for that. You're going to pay for that.
internal,
You can't correct that
So,
because it's not going to bring that person back.
anything else that you need to know?
And
Great changes are coming in. Dear John, rejection.
drug related, something about drug related. If
Some of y'all had to speak some truths openly, like, look, it's time for me to go. Some of y'all put in that letter of resignation. Whatever this
if
is,
the
it's
person,
hard.
oh, okay,
Okay?
all right, the drug overdose.
Hold it back. You said, look, I think it's best that we go our separate ways. I think it's best that, I let go of this job.
I don't know what went on.
Whatever the case may be, you made
Okay,
to speak your truth.
maybe you have
Opening up these great doors for you.
by you being a caretaker, maybe you have someone may have given somebody more drugs than
Carrying the world of weight on your shoulders in this past
they should
and nobody whoever
have, or maybe have given them the wrong drugs.
strong enough to do it. And that was something that they was jealous of as well.
The lesson here is to pay attention
That hardship.
to what you're doing.
Watch you struggle. Okay? And they wanted you to believe that you had to stay there. See, we have the Phoenix here, transformation, eternal soul renewal.
You have to get closer to God. That's all I can say. You have to get closer to God.
Okay, that ending that you had with that situation was the beginning of a brand new life of abundance, wealth, security, happiness, fertility, growth, expansion. Okay, it was just the ending of a brand new a great step. Okay, so you are the phoenix that rises from the ashes because they have buried you. You're chosen.
They say you added to your karma.
So yeah, now you're disinterested. You're disinterested. You don't even have sympathy for
Dog attack.
okay?
Someone may have been
I feel like
attacked by a dog.
You're not even engaged with these things anymore. You're like, whatever they got going on, that's their problem. Like, you are so cool with it.
However this resonates, go with the flow, y'all.
Now that these energies have been removed from your life.
I'm going to leave it right there.
I feel like,
And
so you have two parts.
I'll get back with another reading later. Bye.